Hi guys, welcome to day 12 of the Kids Coding Bootcamp. All right, so in our last class, we treated about AI image generation, and today we are going to be talking about photo manipulation. All right, so we are going to first of all, get to understand what photo manipulation is. So far, we have explored different ways of creating design from poster to mockups and even AI generated images, like I said. So now we are stepping into something more powerful, which is photo manipulation. All right. So what is photo manipulation? So photo manipulation is the art of altering or combining images to achieve a new look, create illusion, or bring impossible scenes to life. Alright, so it's basically the process whereby you combine images to achieve a particular look or to create an illusion. Alright, it's like when you make the impossible, right? Possible scenes or pictures possible. Okay, so, for example, turning an ordinary photo into a fantasy scene, blending a person with a background they were never in, or creating surreal effects like someone walking on a cloud or holding the moon in their hands. So, now let's look at this. So, this is like one of the examples of photo manipulation. All right, so here now you could see up here, these are like different pictures or images that was used to generate this particular design that you can see here. All right, you see how they put the Bible, the road, all right, the moons, sky, okay, the stones inside the book, and everything. Okay, so with this they're able to create, all right, a new look. They're able to create an illusion. Look at this now. Also, this is a picture of a girl, but look at, all right, these are different images that was used to create something like this. Okay, looking at this, people could say that it is impossible, all right, to get something like this, but then they made the impossible possible. Okay, so that is for photo manipulation. So now that we know what photo manipulation is, all right, what it means, let's talk about why it matters and why designers use it so often. All right. So the first one, why photo manipulation is important, all right, is first creativity. Allows designers to push beyond reality and create dreamlike imaginative visuals. Like, just look at this design right here. This is mind blowing. This is very, very nice. Looking at this, like, it has this dreamlike, like, just so nice. Okay, and this was achieved using different images. All right, it's very creative. So the next one is marketing and advertising. So brands use photo manipulation to grab attention. Example, a car splashing through fire or water in an ad. So example, now we have like these two design right here. Okay, looking at this is photo manipulation. All right, and then looking at also this one. All right, this is a flyer, but then there's a photo manipulation here in terms of the car and the water. All right, so you see how we can use photo manipulation to market our product or advertise a product. Looking at this fantastic design here, all right, this is very beautiful. All right, it's very beautiful, like very beautiful to look at, and it has this attention grabbing quality. Okay, the next one is entertainment. All right, so movie posters, game covers, and book covers often rely heavily on manipulation. Okay, just like we have this here, the Dora and the Lost City of Gold. Okay, this movie poster right here has some photo manipulations to it. Okay, the next one is problem solving. So sometimes you don't have the perfect photo, all right, but with manipulation you can build it from pieces. Okay, so sometimes like you want to use a particular picture, all right, for your design, but then you have looked for it, maybe you have even used AI to try and generate it, but then it's really not giving you exactly what you want. All right, but with photo manipulation you can actually make it happen. Okay, so moving on. All right, the next thing we are going to look at is key tools in Photoshop for advanced manipulations. We are going to look at the tools, all right, in Photoshop that we can use to achieve this manipulation. All right, the first one is layer masks. So layer masks are used to hide or reveal parts of an image without deleting them. Okay, we are going to make use of this screen. We are going to be making just a little bit design. Then blending mode to mix image together in creative ways. All right, and then for adjustment layers for color grading, contrast, and mood. All right, so this one is basically for colors. Okay, and the next one is brush tool for painting light shadows and textures. All right, so we're also going to make use of this one in the design that we're going to make. Then transform tool to resize, distort, or warp images into new shape. All right, filters and effects to add glow, blur, or textures for realism. All right, so now that we have looked at the tools, let's look at what makes a good manipulation. Like, what makes a good manipulation? The first one is believability. All right, even if it is surreal, it should look real to the eye. So now we put like shadows, lightning, and perspective must match. All this must match so that people can believe. Oh, yes, just like the first one that I showed you guys, the book. You see how real it looks. Okay, next one is color harmony. All elements should share the same color tone or atmosphere. So color harmony is very, very, very important when doing photo manipulation. Okay, the next one is creativity. It should tell a story or spark imagination. So you should be able to tell a story. All right, basically in graphic design, your design should be able to tell a story. Okay, then the next one is clean execution, no rough edges or mismatched cutouts. This is like very, very, very important. Being able to blend everything very well is very important. Okay, so moving on, we have learned what photo manipulation is, why it is important, and the tools that makes it possible. All right, so now it is time to bring all of that knowledge to life. Let's create our own surreal design. Okay, so this is basically known as like pop-up design. So I want us to make something like this. It's very, very safe. It's just a very simple photo manipulation. All right, so let's head into Photoshop and start. So right now, all right, we are into Photoshop. What we're going to do is to click on create new. All right, so this is what we have. So I think I'm going to just use this. I'll change this to pixels. Yeah, and then I'll click on create. All right, so this is what I have. So the first thing I'm going to do now is to go and import my image. So I already have like the image. So I'll click on file, place embedded. Then I'll get this image right here. Okay. Then All right, so this is what I have. Okay, so now that I've imported my image, the next thing that I'm actually going to do now is to come to magic wand. All right, this is my magic wand. Click, get my magic wand tool. All right, make sure that this layer is selected, and I will click inside the phone to select this part. Now you see that here is selected. Okay, so now that here is selected, the next thing I'm going to do is to come here, click on file, sorry, edit. All right, so you click on edit, and then hold on. Please, you guys are going to cut out this part. I don't know what is wrong. Okay. Now that we are here, all right, the next thing that we're going to do is to click on edit, all right, cut. Okay, then we'll go back to edit. Oh, sorry, we didn't unlock the background, so we want to unlock your background. So click on this, cut, all right, then go back, and then in this paste special, you click paste in place. All right, so we have cut out this particular one. All right, so it's here. If you now see, we now have layer one instead of only layer zero that we had before. Okay, so now that I have this, let me drop my tool, and then I'll go back to file. Okay, place embedded, and then I'm going to get my forest image. I'm going to get my forest image. Okay, so I'll get this forest image. Okay, if you look very well, all right, the forest image is on top of layer one. Make sure it's on top of layer one. So you now right click on it and then create clipping mask. So you see, it have entered inside the part that we cut out. Okay, inside this part. So the image is now inside, all right, of it. Okay. So now that we have this, the next thing that we are going to do, all right, is to get our Jaguar. All right. So we go back to File, Place Embedded. Then we get the Jaguar. All right. Ourselves. So I will increase it to the size that I want it to be. Okay. So if you want it to be bigger than this, you can still increase it. All right. All right. So this is what I have. Okay. This is what I have. So I'm going to create a layer mask for this. All right. And this is how we create a layer mask. Just come here. All right. And then you click on it. So I've created a layer mask. All right. So I'm going to hold my control key. First of all, click on layer 1 and then hold your control key and then click on the thumbnail like this. So you see, we have selected that part that we cut out. Okay. So now you click on select. All right. And then inverse. Okay. So you see the whole body is now selected. So now I'll go back to the layer mask that I created. And now I'll pick my brush. Okay. Now let's look at something. You see now it's in black. If I put this in white, if my foreground color is in white, you see, so white reveals, black hides. Okay. So now I have to make sure that it's in black. All right. And then you see, if I'm cleaning it, it is cleaning. And the cleaning is not going to enter inside. All right. If I can't clean the inside, I can only clean the outside, and it is only for the Jaguar. All right. Even if I clean this guy, he's not going to clean. All right. So you do this so you get a smooth cleaning. If I don't do it like this, all right, let me show you guys something now. Control G. So I mean, like I don't do it like this and I start cleaning. You see, the inside is also cleaning. All right, and it's going to make my work very messy. Remember, we are supposed to make everything look believable, right? We're supposed to leave our work clean. So if I do not follow that step, all right, if I do not inverse, all right, and select it, I'm going to be my work is going to look so messed up. Okay, so that is why we do that. All right, so yeah, so we clean off the outside part that we do not want, so that it gives us that pop-up look. All right, so now once you are done, you just do Control D, and just like that we just made ourselves a pop-up design. All right, so all these are all photo manipulation. All right, so it now looks like, oh, the tiger is coming out from inside the phone, all right, to the outside. All right, so it looks real. Okay, so this is just a very, very simple um photo manipulation. All right, there's a lot to do. All right, so I want you guys to create the same thing. So let me show you oh, what I want. I'm going to show you guys what I want you guys to do for me. All right, that's for your mini project. So you're going to do the same thing, but this time around it's going to be with a TV. Yeah, it's going to be with a TV. So you see, so I want you guys to do something like this for me, but then now it's now with a TV. All right. So that is the end for today's class. All right. So bye, guys.